Hello everyone, my name is Strifium and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. Of course, we are in Azerbaijan for the Baku Street Circuit, and it's the Tier 1 racers that are going to be providing the highlights for this one. We hope you enjoy. Freeware going to be starting this race on pole position. Alex Bitto, who scored the second fastest time, is actually going to be taking a 5-place grid penalty, which is going to promote Nigel to the front row, with Becky B rounding out your top 3 racers here. Of course, we will take you through the rest of this grid on the formation lap.
All the cars are on the grid.
3, 4, 5.
Again.
And Brownie is in. But his car is even further, and it's taken a massive amount of damage on the starting line as well.
Yep, that's just the glories of Codemasters, but the lights are out and away we go. Looks like a pretty clean start for most of the grid. No one getting any damage aside from the AI car of Brownie.
Yes, and it's Alex Bitto very close right now to, of course, the rear of Becky B. Becky B's dropped into 4th position here as Brownie has taken the lead. The AI-controlled car, you hate to see it, but it is Freeware effectively in lead of this race right now. And Alex Bitto looking at all of this.
And is Henry making the most of those medium compound tires, slotting himself up into 12th place as there's been a massive accident behind. That's Astrodite in the Haas.
Yeah, and Customs just moved around and weaved through on the Red Bull. That's Swifty, and I think King might get him as well. There's a big issue. The AI-controlled car of Astrodite, it would appear, up the inside now, causing tons of issues here. Not entirely sure what's going on there. You can see the red X, but it's going to be the Williams of King getting ahead of him. Now Freeware has moved ahead of Brownie. I believe Brownie back in control of that car, but he has damage, and it's something that he's going to be really frustrated with. Of course, there's a little bit of contact.
Massive accident there. So Brownie is missing all of that front wing, and looks like Nigel's picked up damage as well. Becky B looking on that left-hand side. He's trying to find a way past these 2 cars going side by side with damage in this flat-out section. This is very, very sketchy. All these cars very, very close together. Let's see what's going to happen down this main straight. Surely the 2 in front will have to pit. Alex Bitto trying to find a gap around that through the middle. There's a whole massive amount of cars here on this main straight. They're all fighting for just a place on the track.
Alex Bitto getting through. He's in 4th. He's made it on Fraser. He's made it on Yoda now. He's in looking for Brain Stew, and he has a little bit of damage, it would appear, on the front left. We'll take a look on the rear of the Mercedes. Coming down into turn 3, he's on the rear of Jean, and we have a massive train, a massive exchange of positions here coming down into turn 3. What a race start we've had. This grid has been so tight. There's contact. That's Alex Bitto out of this race. Yeah, well, he's a sitting duck here.
He's a sitting duck. DRS open. Alf using a bit of that overtake. As it looks like Fraser will head into the pits, so like Alf and Yoda now up into P3 and 4. Final of 3 corners.
Bunch of pit stops coming through. Freeware onto the mids.
Yeah, a few so the leaders have pit. Neon Rays will get past the McLaren of Rackety.
Meanwhile, Yoda, DRS, overtake. Very easily done for him. It would be down into P9 through into turn 1. And of course, Swifty and Jean, they've exchanged. It's Jean into 6th position as well.
Fraser now defending that inside of turn 7. Come on, guys. Heading into the castle. Don't do this again.
Yoda gets out in front. Wow, he concedes for the McLaren there.
Super, super scary, and Fraser knows that. So just concedes the position and decides, you know what, I want to actually finish this race.
Yeah, meanwhile, Brain Stew not having any time to wait here. He's made the move through on the inside of turn 16. He's into 9th ahead of Swifty. As you see, King, Jean, wheel to wheel into turn 3. They're side by side. Jean getting out in front of King. Aleph not waiting around. He's on the inside of the Williams as well. Coming through turn 4.
There's a little bit of a tap. Oh, this is his best opportunity to get past. He can't be losing time to Jean. He will get the move done around the outside of turn 5. Wow. That is not a place you see overtakes very often.
Yeah, he's not sticking around here. He wants to hunt down that P1. He has these extremely quick tires right now. He's on a fantastic strategy. And Jean is going to give him an opportunity to pick up some pace down that straight here.
Open as there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. I believe that's someone in the castle section.
That's Henry.
It's Henry. He's able to get that car moving, which is good, great to see. And Henry has crashed out of the race, trying to enter the pits. And we have a safety car.
And there's so much fighting, and we're seeing the true pace of this grid right now, unimpeded by VSCs or safety cars now that we've had this restart. And just look at the gaps on this tower. Look at the difference in tires. This is going down to the wire, and there's not a lot of drivers on this grid right now with penalties, but if they do have penalties, that safety car is going to, well, make it a lot worse.
Of course, no DRS yet. It will be enabled in a couple laps' time. But Brain Stew having a look at Yoda, but he isn't quite able to get past. Yoda goes a little bit deep into turn 1, though. Brain Stew with the great move, forcing the McLaren into a mistake, and he is now up into P5. Turn 4, Zamus and Fraser also going side by side, heading into Sector 2. Zamus leaving enough space, but Fraser will make that move stick on those softs. Zamus now trying to find a way around the outside. Remco Van Putten has a great view of this. They make their way into the castle section, only one way through here. The restart on the first 2 laps. We will have the DRS assistance, Jean, getting very, very close to the back of him. Currently sitting in the 3rd position. S-King in 4th, and they have a second gap between top 4 and Brain Stew in 5th.
Yeah, Brownie charging through this field. He's dispatched BTFU now. Remco Van Putten, the next target on his list in that racing point. It's going to be King, the last in this train, the closest in this train, really, but it's going to be Freeware on a left now. He's got these soft compound tires. They're wheel-to-wheel coming down into turn 1. Freeware's out in front, a left. On the inside, they're wheel-to-wheel through. We have the side shot coming out of that AlphaTauri, and he is ahead of the Ferrari into turn 2. But, of course, a left on these medium compound tires. What's the traction going to be like? It's going to be DRS for him coming into turn 3. But John, on these softs behind him, he's going to have to defend now. How's it going to go? A left. He looked at Freeware briefly there, but he's holding on the rear of that AlphaTauri. Freeware having such a dominating good race here in Baku. He has a Ferrari looking right at him in the rears now, and he cannot make any mistakes.
Is this going to be 2 and 1 for the racing point? Oh, he's got so much speed. He looks to the inside now. And it looks like it might be 3 wide for those 3, but Zamus will lose out to Brownie. So Brownie up into P9. Now he has his teammate of Neon Race in the back, and there's been an incident.
What was that?
Too late on the brakes, and Brownie has been sent into the escape road. Oh no.
Oh, excuse me, Zamus under serious threat from BTFU into turn 15. He's less than half a second, but we're going to jump back on over to King because it's John who has him in the rear view. King looking for a podium in the Williams.
Yeah, what a podium it would be. DRS open, overtake mode is on for both of these drivers. Looks like S-King will have a little bit more battery than the Alfa Romeo next to him. They're still side by side heading into the break zone for turn 1. S-King squeezing Sean into the wall there. Not the cleanest move I've seen, but he gets the move done.
Yoda's made it through on Brain Stew, but Brain Stew's going to be looking to hunt him back down, but he's had a huge kick out from the rear of that Mercedes Mikau coming out of 2, and he's not going to be happy about that. And Remco Van Putten's had a major issue coming outside of turn 1, and it looks like that's Rackety in the mix as well.
Freeware has basically been in the lead of this race the whole stint, and not going onto those medium tires might have cost him.
Zamus.
I don't know if he had an extra set either as well. Zamus as well.
Zamus has just handed Brownie a position, I think, as a result of maybe their contact, but he's also got a lot of damage.
In this race as they make their way down out of the final couple of corners into the main straight. On his MRL debut, Alf, he's drove superbly, had the alternate strategy, starting on those hards, going to the mediums just before the safety car was called out, but here will cross the line to take the win. Here in Baku, Freeware will cross the line in 2nd, and King will get a podium for Williams. What an amazing drive for those 3. Jean in 4th, Yoda in 5th, Brain Stew 6th, Fraser coming across the line in 7th, William for Chen Jie. Neon Rays in 8th will score some points for the Racing Point squad. BTFU in 9th, and Zamus will get that final point after Brownie's penalties, it would seem.